Hi, it's Gila Nehemia, sacred erotic, self-love, poet, mentor, and mystic. I'm really, really happy to be here today. And those of you who may be joining or listening on the replay, I'm so happy you're here. I was going to be talking today about emotional baggage. But before I get there, I just wanted to say a few words about myself. If those of you who do not know me, I am a sacred, erotic, intimate self-love mentor, poet, mystic, and author. And what does that mean? That means that I utilize the power of your vulnerable, intimate body to truly to love yourself and to help you to heal chronic trauma, such as domestic abuse or sexual or child abuse, things like that. Something that has continually been in your mind and in your emotions and has affected you over time, because that really it stops us and it challenges us from actually living the fullness of our life. And the reason why I'm also describing this today is because the topic is emotional baggage. How do we release emotional baggage? And the description I gave in this post when I was advertising this or promoting this particular live was about, I used to have Doc Marten boots. I don't have them anymore, but the ones that I had were very heavy. This was quite a few years ago. And it really felt like weights, like I was actually carrying weights, and had my ankles and my foot had to totally hold it. I hope you can hear me well. So whoever is joining, I hope you can hear me. So, anyway, the boots were really heavy. And I realized that all my life, I was carrying a lot of stuff. I was carrying the weight of my family's expectations. I was carrying my own experiences. And I hadn't actually processed them. I hadn't released them. So they were just with me, and I didn't know how to let them go. So I would still do things, still get up and do things, but I just didn't know how to open myself up to the fullness of me. So there was always this dichotomy of truly wanting to be more and then feeling stuck, wanting the experience and actually having an experience that I wanted, whether it was love or a new job or, a new apartment or a new house or a fun place to live. And but I still couldn't completely embrace it, and I would fall into self-sabotage. So I'm actually going to read a poem to you. As I said, I'm a poet, and this was one in that space. I wrote this when I was in that space, and it's called Waves. Fierce, tumultuous anger, tears crashing down my face, anguish breaking, thrusting me to shore, acceptance calming waters, silence brewing, contemplating, confusion foams, looking for clarity without, deep knowing within. Intuition hurling me forward. Do I get up to face the uncertainty? Senselessly grappling for something to hold, messy waters beckoning me. Will the wave lift me high or break? So the message is that, and if you want to ask any questions, please do. I'll be checking in the comments. The message is we're usually in this contrast. Our intuition might be telling us something, our heart might be saying something, and yet our mind is saying something else because we're carrying something with us. We're carrying baggage. So our story in our mind is going to be the story of the baggage. And it could be, like for me, it was that I wasn't enough, that I could never get what I want. I was always going to be disappointed, and a fear of actually speaking or doing what I really, really wanted, could break me, could throw me, thrash me like the wave, and that was always a fear. Rather than, the upside of that, it's just like when you're on the beach and you're barefoot, it's like you're free. You could do whatever you want. And you know what? Even if you jump, you're always going to fall into a bed of roses, a bed of soft petals that you're always going to be held, which is the way I think now. But how did I get from that place of where I felt so heavy and I couldn't even lift myself up to being upright and proud to be me? this is that. Where is that? How do we do that, right? So what I'm going to suggest to you, if you're in that space, first of all, is to move your body, and move with me right now. Like, move your legs, just really move it out of yourself. Allow yourself to release the energy that is holding it in. Part of it is very intimately in your body. So movement is necessary. If you're unable to move and you're just watching me and you're not moving, then that energy is still inside of you. And this has to be a continual practice, whether it's shaking every day, dancing around every day, like being totally, because it's stuck. It could be in your feet. You could feel it in your thighs. You could feel it right, in your chest. You could feel it anywhere. You could feel it in your hair, in your head. You can feel it anywhere. And really putting your hands on that space too is really important. I find that when I'm dancing, I'm touching myself, I'm really getting into it because I'm giving myself love in those places and spaces that I didn't feel like I got it, and it was just my own perception. I didn't receive it. And the more that I give it to myself, really intimately give it to myself, and become a practice daily, which I include writing, and that's what I would ask you to do at the end of this, or even if you're asking any questions, is to write a reflection. How did it feel to touch your body right now? Even if it was just for 30 seconds, how did it feel to move and touch your body? Did it feel good? Did it make you feel loved? Did it make you feel like, wow, that was really good, And it's not about another person. It's about you becoming intimate with your own face, you becoming intimate with your hair, with your throat, with your chest, with all parts of you. And it's such an important practice and process. We do yoga to feel in touch with our entire being, to become aligned. But some people don't like yoga. Some people want something more physical, So turn the music on, go to a class, or if there isn't a class, you can do it yourself. Just warm up a little bit, stretch like I am right now. Stretch with me. Just really stretch. Allow yourself to open up your body, your chest, your arms, and even you're sitting down, you could just like move your shoulders. Sometimes it's right here every day, right? My chest used to be right here. You're carrying emotional baggage in your body. So the movement of it daily is totally important to release a little bit every day. That's one technique. And to breathe. So we're going to do that as well. While we're moving, we're going to breathe. You're going to take 3 breaths with me. Allow yourself to hear yourself. Now you're totally in this movement and you're allowing the breath and the awareness to let something go right now. All of us are letting something go if you're following along with me. Now the next step here is to actually write about it. Write a few words, and I'll write a few words right in the comments, and I'd love for you to write something too. So I felt really open right now. So I was just writing, that's why I didn't say anything. So I felt really open. So I made it, I felt really, really open right now. I felt more open to receive. And you might want to write just a short sentence about what you felt. I feel more clear-headed. I'm feeling just very good. I'm feeling good about myself. And this is the practice. The more that we can create a consistent practice of where we are reflecting and we're moving and we're getting really intimate with our body. Because what this does is when you can have a practice, when something triggers you. So let's just say I said something or I met somebody who triggered me to a previous experience. And I have a practice and a technique to move through that experience and realize that they are not doing anything to me. They are not hurting me. They are not the person that had hurt me. They are not my perpetrator that I had. in any situation that I had, whether it was my marriage or being in my house as a child, whatever, when I was a kid, they're not the perpetrator anymore. There's nobody here to hurt me. But the real thing is moving that pain and that baggage, releasing it so that you don't allow that trigger to affect your entire day or your life. If you ever read the movie or read the book or saw the movie The Girl on the Train, which I did a year ago, she was going through a situation that she kept moving through in her mind, and she was drinking, and so she was numbing it, and she wasn't able to release it until she figured out the true story, and it was a part of it, was a mystery. But what I'm trying to say is that instead of numbing ourselves with food or drugs or anything like that, utilize good techniques that are actually helping you to feel better. This is the bottom line. When you feel good, you're going to begin to think good thoughts and create good habits. And the more that you feel good, you're going to naturally, intuitively figure out that this thought pattern isn't good for me anymore. I'm not going to continue the thought pattern because it doesn't serve me. And you will find people such as me or anybody else to help you to release further and heal further, to completely let go of it. But the first step is to say, I don't want to feel this baggage anymore. I'm releasing it. I'm releasing it physically. I'm releasing it through writing or any other creative thing that you like to do, and doing it every single day. And then allowing whatever needs to happen to happen. If you suddenly get an invitation to heal deeper, you take it. Because now your mind is clear. It's clearer than it was a minute ago because you just decided to release something. And your feeling might come back to you in 10 minutes. But the most amazing thing was a minute ago when you let something go and you had that epiphany, that can happen again and again and again. And building that's how you release the trauma. That's how you release the baggage, by continuing the practice and allowing yourself to truly heal, because that is your objective, to have a free, open life where you're liberated and you're not holding on to anything anymore. Please let me know if this is resonating with you, if you have any questions about it. This is just a little bit of a preview of what I'm going to be doing on December 11th, starting December 11th for 21 days. We're going to do intimate self-love affirmations every single day. And we're actually going to move and write, and we're going to go through parts of our body, because it's very important to meld or, bring into union the physical and the spiritual. Sometimes we think, oh, we're spiritual, we're meditating, we're doing this, we're healing, we're doing yoga every day, but yet something still is on top of us. So there continues to be, if we're moving our body and we're still feeling the pain, then there has to be a deeper dive in. Are you really loving yourself when you're doing the yoga? Are you really telling yourself the affirmations that need to be said for you to release some of that anxiety or depression or whatever it is that you're going through? To just say it's okay? Are you being compassionate by writing it down, by affirming yourself, by using your voice? It's multi-layered. And I'm going to give you a few techniques every single day. We're going to build upon that. And it's also towards the winter solstice, which is on the 21st. So we're moving towards that to open up to more love, to more light coming into our hearts, to truly releasing and being who we really are. I will say that you are going to feel better after that 21-day period if you do the practice every single day with me, whether you're live or on the replay. And I would also say that whatever is coming to you at the end of that 21 days, if you're ever called to do it, because that's going to help you to move further into it. So it's about the small little things we do every day and the feeling good every day and building upon that feeling, and also trusting our own intuition to guide us to whatever it is that we need to heal. Because you have the universe inside of you, the kingdom of heaven is within. And this is what I always say to my clients, and I say to myself when I am feeling like not in alignment. The kingdom of heaven is within. Tell me what I need to do. Allow me to move through this physically, emotionally, and mentally. So if this is resonating with you, I'm so glad. Those of you who joined, if you have any questions, please let me know. If you want to know more about what I do and some of my work, you can go to gilanehemiah.com. If you've been following me in my Facebook group, thank you for following me. If you're listening from there, I appreciate you being here today. And the live streams will always come into my Facebook group as well as YouTube and my business page. And the poem I read is it's all going to be in the chat. This is the link. It's so you can just look at it in the chat, and you'll find it, and I'll put it into the description as well. And if this is really resonating with you, if you'd like to have a deeper dive beyond the 21-day challenge, if you'd like to get started right now and see where it is that you are feeling pain, so I can intuitively help you, because I am an intuitive guide. I intuitively know. I use writing primarily as a methodology, including yoga and meditation, and really focusing on presence and mindfulness, because these are the things that have helped me and my clients to really move through stories, past stories. And I never ask the people that I work with to relive them. Really, we work through what's holding you back. What's a story that's holding you back? And let's together release, let go, so that you can actually live the beautiful life that your heart is so desiring. And my biggest statement for you right now, whether you join my 21-day self-love affirmation or not, is that you are so needed to not only heal yourself, which is so important, but to heal the planet. To have peace in the world. When you're at peace with yourself, you create peace in the world and with your children and with your family members. It's really unbelievable that what I've been hearing with my clients and even myself, I'm blown away about what we can do when we set our mind to something. So if there is something that you are desiring, please let me know. I'm just looking to see if there's any questions. I don't see any questions, but please feel free to ask any questions either right here, or you can DM me if you feel slightly uncomfortable. I'm more than happy to take any questions. So I'm really excited to be here, and I'll be doing these daily before I start the actual challenge, which is going to be on December 11th. It'll be around this time daily. I'll be doing it on the weekends as well. And I'm just really excited because I think that we all have something amazing to share. And if we are feeling held back, even if it's, you've done so much healing and there's just this one thing that you need, this challenge might really help you to move out of it. Because again, it's a practice. And I too, like a month ago, I was really struggling. I was like, I felt like I was in a good place. And then I felt this baggage again. And then, someone suggested to me to do these self-love affirmations. And I was listening to it at night. I really focused on it. And I can't tell you how it changed my life. And that's been my journey for the past 3 years. It's just focusing on myself, taking care of myself, releasing stuff that's been carried on for generations that are just in my body that are not serving me anymore. I don't listen to that story anymore. That's not my story. It never was and it never will be. And I finally let it go. So if there's anything I can do to help you to let that story go, I'm more than happy, because you deserve to live the most amazing life possible. And that is your birthright. And that is what spirit, or even you as a soul, wanted coming into this life. So if this is resonating with you, please connect with me. I really would love to talk to you. I'd love to help you if you have any questions regarding the challenge. And again, if you want to continue some more deeper dives, I talk about the challenge in my private Facebook group. This is the link. Or if you'd like to schedule a chat with me, a free 15-minute chat, you could do that right here or on my website. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to your questions, and I look forward to meeting you on the 11th and tomorrow. I'll be here at same time, same place tomorrow, and I'll let you know the topic in the morning. Namaste, Shanti, Shalom.